This is Rob Marcelletti from Academy of Mixed Martial Arts. Today we're here to talk about your certain hand gear for protecting hands, gloves, open gloves, striking gloves, MMA gloves, boxing gloves, kickboxing gloves, bag gloves, the whole nine. We're going to go through the whole series and explain a little bit why these gloves are needed in certain ways, and whether we're for wrapping or against wrapping or kind of neutral. Which gloves serve the best purpose for each part of MMA. So we're going to start with basic kickboxing. Here's your basic kickboxing gloves from Combat Sports International. Great company. Rather inexpensive gloves, padded, thumbs out so you can get the feel of grasping upon punching. Good for mixing it up with a medium-sized bag like this. What you do is you're wearing your gloves. Something like this you wouldn't want to wrap. This is a canvas bag, 70 pounds. You want to develop hand strength along with focusing on clinching on impact like they do in Jeet Kune Do. Clinch on impact. These gloves allow you to clinch. You can practice jabs, hooks. You can practice a lot of quick punches, double jabs. A lot of your faster, these are very lightweight, very moderately cushioned gloves to still feel the impact and practice your power. So this is what we start with. Kickboxing gloves, these are bag gloves. Along with the bag gloves, when you are a beginner, you do want to use these wraps. What we use is the Sport Combat International quick wraps. It's a lot easier than going through the motions of the wrapping procedure that a lot of people don't really care for. This you just slide on, find your right size, slide on your hand, and then as well as shin guards, very important here for beginners. These are the kind that are very vented, very open air, very light. Hardly know they're there. Very good to protect the inner part of the shin when you're learning, round kicks. That way, you don't hurt your shin as in the process of trying to learn to kick. We're also going to use other various kicks where a lot of power is applied to the shin bone area. Say a mid-roundhouse. Coming up, a lot of power right in there, so you want to protect the part of your foot and shin combined, where you kick the back, right in like this. So this pad is designed for round kicks. Now, as far as the training program goes, the weight training program, we do have weight training gloves that we use. These types here, thumbless, almost look like MMA gloves, but they're for weight training, and they keep your hands from getting too cut up and too torn up from the metal material, so that's going to bother you psychologically, I guess. Comfortable, your comfort level when you're striking. A lot of times, the weight training, the heavy hardcore weight training, along with the MMA, kind of tears your hands up. So we advocate using gloves. Now, as you move on into a little bit more MMA, where you're actually clinching and doing a lot of, say, sprawl and strike work, you want gloves like this, because when you wear these, on the right hand here, they're very tight, for one. This is a regular. But you're able to grab still with a free open hand. You have a nice wrist wrap here, keep your wrists firm, so you can punch, hand, palm strikes, hold your bags. Got the grabbing ability, also clinch, meaning you want to be able to grab, so you have that open hand, open palm. Very good for any kind of strike you can use. But these gloves are very padded all the way around, if you notice. So it's good for light jabs all the way up. Hooks. You do the sitting back fist. Nice, a lot of padding. Great glove. High tap out. And we have a combat sports version of the same glove. black here. A little more comfortable, easier to put on. Pretty much does the same thing, only has a little bit more support around your wrist area. A lot more comfortable. It gives you more protection on the gloves for harder strikes. These are when you want to throw your full contact strike on it, or a lot of body shot. You want to be able to have this padding here on your knuckles. As well, you still got the back fist ability, along with the grabbing and holding. You can hold. Great glove. By Sports Combat National again. Now we have some of the equipment used by trainers, me. What I do is I hold this out. If you improve the focus of your striking, it's called a focus mitt. So whenever you're striking small targets that are moving around in different angles, focus mitts are perfect for striking both hands and feet and knees, everything. I use focus mitts with my clients and students. Pretty much every strike you can possibly think of. It does improve their focus, but also your speed, because I can move these a lot faster than I can move the larger thigh pads, which are this size. Another very important pad when you're learning striking. It's Sport Combat. Again, this one has full Velcro for your whole entire forearm. What you do is you Velcro it on very tight. There's no give. I put a thumbless grip like this, and you absorb strikes, keeping all your joints tight, but be able to flex and move with the movement. So you move with the movement. This is something that I allow my students to use as well, so they can practice their blocking ability. If you can block with this and you don't feel pain or it doesn't bind in a certain area in between a bone, you can catch it with joints, catch it with certain elbows. You can catch a leg kick. You can catch head strikes and deflect head strikes, learning to use these pads, as well as footwork too. When people kick, you know where to stand to avoid kicks. You know where to stand to block kicks. These are very useful pads in interaction between student and teacher. Now, the last thing on the list here is going to be headgear. Later on, as students advance, they do a lot of groundwork. These are boxing headgear, but they also have ear protectors, which, if you notice, a lot of wrestling and no cauliflower ear, because when I was a child, I wore my headgear. When I was an adult and a teen, I wore my headgear, but different headgear. This type of headgear still protects your ears from all kinds of grinding, from all kinds of headbutts. You know, you want to be able to learn how to use the dirty boxing style of coming in your head at the same time. Uppercuts, using the head. So we practice with headgear on, so that these dirty boxing and some old school Muay Baran techniques. Here at AMMA, we got to remember we're using street style MMA, so there is a lot of headbutting. In a situation where it's life or death with a woman and a man attacker, believe me, she's going to want to learn how to do this, if not but just once. The head strike to the chin, followed with the knee, or simultaneously, anyone. That is a great defense.